I wasn't expecting much from this spring 2026 anime season. Like the last season, winter 2026, was a juggernaut, but this one, literally the only anime I was excited for was ReZero and Akane Banshi. But then I saw this one clip of this one anime and it just looked so unique. And I mean, look at it, it genuinely looks like manga in motion. So I decided to check it out, and honestly, I wasn't ready for this anime at all. It surprised me multiple times during its runtime, and it genuinely made me so excited to see where this story goes. So basically, the first surprise was already in the premise. We get a really short recap of like what this world is. And really quickly, what happened is world was destroyed in this some kind of nuclear war. But Japan wasn't one of its war zones. But of course, because the rest of the world got destroyed, eventually Japan also fell. And in it, like, only 10% of the population remained. Of course, the state of Japan also collapsed, and because of that, the island of Japan got separated in 3 different factions. And because, you know, society fell, we have all of these like old infrastructure and cities and buildings from like modern day Japan, but the people are kind of living like it's the Edo period, like with the samurai and shogunate. So the vibe is super cool. It's like this dystopian end of the world type, but you also feel like it's kind of like a fantasy or more like a historical piece. A super unique vibe, honestly, and a super unique setting. And again, I didn't know anything about this anime. I just saw its cool visuals, so I was hooked just by that. But then again, I also, like, as I was watching the anime, it genuinely felt like it was a manga moving. Now, I don't know, you can correct me in the comments down below, and please do if there is a manga or if this is an original anime. I saw on my anime list that there is like a manga listed, but I didn't see any scores or anything. And like the anime isn't black and white. The colors are just super desaturated, and there is only like colors in like the blood or like in the sea with the blue as in the red. And then at the end of the episode, like literally after the ending and everything, we actually get to see the colors, and even with the colors, this looks so freaking good. After that premise, and after we see like the main character, and after we see all of these like muted colors, you really feel like you really get sucked into this atmosphere of this world. Like with minimal exposition, just with characters talking and being in this world, and the main character and his wife interacting, which they are, by the way, super adorable. This is how you do a masterful episode 1, because you instantly get hooked and you instantly understand the world. I feel like there was one more anime that looked like the manga itself was moving, but I just can't seem to... leave me alone! I'm guessing you're asking, what is the actual plot of this anime? And that gets revealed all the way in the end, and it's brilliant. So throughout episode 1, we meet the main character and his wife, and again, it's like dystopian world, it's a bleak world, and there is a main character with another character, and they're very happy. You already know what happens. Very long story short, there is like this guy who is collecting taxes, and the girl kind of insults him, and because of that, one morning the main character wakes up and his wife is not there, but what he does find is the tax collector going to like give him his wife's severed head, because, you know, the wife insulted the guy. And now in that moment, I thought, okay, the guy, who is by the way extremely smart, like he's like his wife who just got killed, her father used to run like a library, and he used to spend a lot of time there, and he learned a lot of things, and he's just in general very smart, and he's a farmer. And in that moment, he completely crashes out, and I mean, valid, and starts saying, okay, I'll take this guy's sword, I will kill these guys, well, whatever. But then in that moment, he stops, he starts reasoning like, okay, if I do this, I'll just die. And what does that accomplish? Absolutely nothing. So what he decides to do is like with pure reason and logic and like the power of law and justice, and he's like, okay, yeah, my wife didn't actually call you a fatso. This guy just assumed that the fatso my wife was talking about was you. And that just, you know, by playing to like people's egos and like emotions and personalities, he managed to make the main bad guy kill like the sub bad guy who was actually collecting taxes or whatever. I am not explaining this well at all. And after that, because, you know, the main guy knows he can't do anything, he decides to honor his wife's wishes, because his wife constantly told him, hey, if anybody can unify Japan and make it cool again, it's you. So at the end of the episode, he just does that. There's this emotional scene at the end that genuinely made me cry, because as he got his wife's head, he couldn't allow himself to be emotional. He had to like kind of, you know, get at least some kind of revenge out. But once the bad guys left, he just left this insane cry and buried his wife and just made his way to the capital of this one of these kingdoms. And you already know there's gonna be like political, like, you know, assassinations. There's probably going to be like one character trying to outsmart the other, and basically what I'm trying to say, this anime completely caught me off guard. Yeah, I'll leave in the comments down below if you're also excited for it, if it also caught you off guard, and if you will be watching it or not. Wow, I never know how to end these videos.